Good evening and welcome to a very special evening of the Power Hour. I, of course, am Steve, as always, joined by the architect of all that is good in wrestling. That is the urban sensation, C. Red. How you doing, Red?
What's
And
up?
Rian will be with us in a little bit. He's with us via audio right now as he drives here. Cactus Rack will join us a little bit later as traffic and rain and weather and all sorts of things are working against our staff tonight. But right on time, as always, right where he needs to be is the heart and soul of late of Southland Championship Wrestling. Newcomer Rian always manages to come in right as I'm about to say something important. We'll welcome Rian shortly. Like I was saying, suddenly the heart and soul of Southland Championship Wrestling. You're going to need to turn that off, sir, because I got all echo now.
Mm-hmm. Whose feedback is that?
That would be Rian, who is on Zoom and is now here. So we're hoping he'll log off Zoom at some point soon, like now perhaps. I think he's texting at this point. There we go. Now there's no feedback. For the third time, a man that is a newcomer to Southland, sorta. The heart and soul has taken the bull by the horns, as they say, and become one of the most popular superstars in Shabance and other places. It is the Hawaiian Hitman, Koa Laxamana. How you doing, brother? He's
Love
got
you, brother.
that up, man. He's got it up. Red, come on, give it to me.
Rock on,
boy. Gotta have that thumb out.
That means
I
love
had
you.
the thumb out.
That means we love you. That's all. We're gonna get to all the. And here's Rian Skills. Hello, Rian. All right, so you're new, but you're not really new. And when the first time I saw you at Shabance and I saw the card, and I'm like, Hawaiian Hitman, I'm not familiar with this guy. And then we had a chance to meet, and then I had a chance to watch you work, and the red wave of an army you brought with you kind of changed the game at Southland Championship Wrestling. A new hero was born. Not your first go round in professional wrestling, though. So if for those of the viewers that are watching tonight that don't know who Koa Laxamana is, kind of bring us up to speed on where you've been and what you've been doing. So where did you start and how long have you been in this business? Because I've heard different stories and I'd like to know exactly how long you've been doing this, because you look like you've been doing it since you were born.
Yeah, so I've always been a part of athletics and sports. I competed as a boxer, wrestling in junior high and high school, football, and then got a baseball scholarship to play baseball in college. But the pro wrestling is, I think it got in my blood just from watching on TV with my dad. And I was 17 years old. I graduated high school early, and I graduated from Texas, and I moved up to Bourbonnais, and I wanted to be a part of my dad's family, and I played baseball at Kankakee Community College from 98 and 99. So I moved up in 1997 when I graduated, and one of the first things I did when I moved up was I went to the Bourbonnais Friendship Festival. I don't know if you guys are aware of that festival that goes on in Bourbonnais. And the World Wrestling Association put on a show over there, and they had a bunch of indie wrestlers out there putting on a show. And then they asked if they had anybody in the crowd that they thought was tough enough to do this. And I put my hand up and I said, I got this. And the promoter's name was Mike Minomo. And he's like, well, if you do, come up here and sign a contract that you're going to show up to wrestling tryouts. And so I went up there, and so did a bunch of other people. They came over there, and that's where my journey began. Was I was 17 in 1997. I joined. I went to the wrestling tryout, and I performed at the top of my class, and I entered the school. And 30 days later, I had my first match. So we started a group called the Masters of Brutality, the MOB. And I was one of the founding members of that group, along with so the MLB's been around. God, Jimmy Blades was a part of it, and Trevor Blanchard, Tommy Machine Gun. Goodness, we had Bob Lowry. What was his character's name? We had a midget too. God, what is his name? Tommy, little Tommy. And yeah, so that was that. So we would perform Mantino, Diversitech. We'd do events at like Bluffs High School, different high schools around the area, and that was when wrestling was really taking off. And the cool thing about it is, since I played college baseball, my entire college team would show up. A lot of people from my college. I was easy a 50 to 70 ticket seller every single time I was out there, and which made it fun because we got to wrestle in front of like live rowdy crowds, much like we had at Steam Hollow this Saturday. And so when those live and rowdy crowds come, the wrestlers start saying, you know what, let's step it up a notch, and that's where we start pulling out all the stunts. And that's what I'm known for. I'm a high spotter. That's what I'm known as a wrestler. I love chain wrestling. I think it's really cool and all that. But I what I think is the coolest is getting people out of their seats screaming, "Oh my God!" So that's why, one of my first spots at WrestleTopia during the 6-man ladder match was going through the table off the roof. And so what I did is I went out and I went on Facebook Marketplace and I bought 3 more tables. They're sitting in my garage now, just looking for the opportunity to do something with them. So
That's
yeah,
impressive.
yeah.
So, how long did your first go round in wrestling last? So you said you started in 97, 30
90,
days in, you're part of the MOB. And what made you leave the first time?
I got a scholarship to play baseball in college in California. So, so I started in 97 and I left in 2001. Went to California, did a couple matches with XPW in California. I focused mainly on, hey, I've got a scholarship. I got to get a degree. I want to be one of the first guys in my family to achieve a degree. So I was able to do that. And then after that, I came back home and I started looking around and I hooked up with Windy City Pro Wrestling with Sam DeCero. I did a couple matches with them. I did a couple matches with MRW. And then, like, basically, I was living the true indie life. I was going to events and I couldn't even afford a hotel room. And a lot of people would just take off from events. But I'm like, I want to do this fair on a Sunday. So I'd be living out of my car. And I was literally a broke ass wrestler. But like all my gear would look like grunge gear. And not because I had a grunge character, it's because I had no money to buy new gear. So I said, all right, I got to get out of this. I got to make a name for myself. I'm going to put this on shelf for a little bit and I'm going to focus on a career. And that's where I grinded and I worked my ass off. I bought my first gym. And a year later, I bought my second gym. And now 2 years later, I'm getting ready to open my third gym. So I'm no longer a broke ass wrestler. I'm a guy who's got some padding behind me, so I can do these things that I love to do, and just have fun with it. So um, I've had a bunch of wrestlers come out to my gym, and as anybody knows that comes out and works with me, I don't charge you for a membership. You get to train with me for free, and I'll take care of your nutrition if you let me. And it's all for the love of the sport because I feel like if I give, the more I can give back to indie wrestling, the longer it's going to be around. And one of the things that I appreciated the most of my childhood was the fact that I was an indie wrestler.
That is a very impressive. What's the name of the gym? Tell everybody where you're training at, and where
Yeah,
they will see you.
my first gym is called Shorewood Fitness, 337 Verton Boulevard, Shorewood, Illinois. Massive gym. Got almost 150 pieces of equipment inside of there. And the second gym I'm a partner in is just 6.8 miles north of me in Plainfield, called MPG Fitness. And then, then the third location that we're about to launch is what I want to do is create a moniker where I change all the names of the clubs to CEO Fitness Centers, be the boss of your own body. That's the kind of the angle I'm going with that, so that we can link all the gyms together. We'd have share memberships. So if you buy a membership from one place, you get a membership at 3. That's something I'm working through with all my partners. As what makes it tough is that I got to get all the partners to agree. And once I get that to happen, then we'll be able to move forward, not only with just 3 gyms, but my goal is to get 10 to 20 of these things and sell out. And by the time I'm 60 and retire with a good amount of money in the bank.
Hey, it sounds like you got a plan. And, like I said, if you have a plan, stick to it. Anything can happen. Your dreams can be achieved. So you show up in Southland Championship Wrestling. Of all the places you could go, is it just because SCW is kind of where you live? Did you have SCW in mind for your big return? How did you land there?
I actually didn't know about SCW. What I knew is because I follow my buddy Jimmy Blaze on social media. It was my return was going to be with Pal, and whenever I was ready. But Eric Olson, which everybody knows, he's a berserker now.
Odin the
Odin's
Son
son berserker.
Berserker.
Yeah, yeah. The formerly known as Bane X. Is that
Yep, the
correct?
artist formerly known as Bane X. For all you
So
Prince fans out there.
I helped train Eric when he first came in the business. He came in like 98, 99, a year or two after I started. And he's been bugging me. And he shows up to my gym. You know, we go to car shows together. He shows up to my gym. He's like, man, come on, you still got another run in you. And he's the reason I'm at Southland. I didn't even know who Hunter Payne was. I didn't. So, yep. I trusted that Eric would never steer me the wrong way. And I came, and he spoke so highly of Hunter and the school and everything like that. And I came in, and it was true. Everything he said is true. Hunter loves his people. I don't know if you've seen, like, I've been making these posts about joining a wrestling school. So I got 2 guys to join already, and I have another 2 that are getting ready to get started next month. So the oh, I'm sorry, I had 3 people join in the first one. I forgot my girlfriend, Kaylee. She joined too. So
She took a hell of a bump on Saturday. We'll talk about that when we break
that's
down Hallowmania. That was a scary moment for those of us on commentary. We're like, oh my god.
You know what? Blake just sent me the video, which the hard cam, and it's. I thought the hard cam was straight away where they were showing from Steam Hollow, where you can see it on the big screen. So that's where I was playing towards. But we got a great shot on the hard camera. We're going splat.
Yes, and splat she went indeed. That is no understatement there. So far, SCW has taken to you in a very affectionate way. The Red Wave Army, the supporters of Koa. It seems like there are more and more red shirts out there each and every show we have. Are you happy? I mean, obviously you got to be happy with what you see. I mean, what do you think of SCW? Have you enjoyed your time there thus far?
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. The SCW is going to be my stomping grounds. I have no aspirations of going next level. None. I honestly don't think the WWE or AEW can pay me more than I make currently right now doing work in my gyms. It's not, and those schedules I don't want to have anything to do with. SCW allows me to perform in front of my fans with very limited restrictions, and they let me enjoy it. You know, I've worked for other promotions before where they kind of handcuff you and say, hey, you know, you're only allowed to do this, you can't do that, you know, I don't want you to do this. And that's boring. How can you be creative as an artist? All we are I truly believe we're artists that go out there, and we're actors, we're stuntmen, we do everything, and we tell a story that hopefully is told beautifully enough for people to want to say, you know what, I can't wait for next chapter. I'm going to buy a ticket to the next chapter of the story. So Hunter lets me do whatever I want. I love it. It's very, very cool. It's an awesome experience. So I'm not going anywhere. SCW is my place. The Red Wave Army is only growing. Every single event I sell more and more tickets for personally, which gets really cool because it really lets me know that, you know, the first time maybe they bought it for you because they felt obligated because they're a friend of yours, and, you know, maybe, you know, oh yeah, I'll support you once. But no, they come back and they bring their friends now to it. And now not only they bring their friends, now they're joining the school. Like, that blows my mind. I think it's so awesome because now they're starting to experience how I feel about the business. I live this stuff. I absolutely love it. I'm training in the gym. You know, I dislocated my knee against Koa, tore 3 ligaments in my knee, and I didn't take no time off. I was there wrestling the next 2 weeks in a brace, and it sucked. And that's probably why I didn't win the ladder match, because I climbed to the top of that ladder, and it was to get to the top of the ladder, and then JPH grabs me and then power bombs me off the ladder. So I believe if my knees were good.
Sounds like what JPH would do.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know JPH. I know what he's all about. I know he's cocky. I know he's basically the Muhammad Ali of this current generation of wrestlers going on right now. I understand that.
That is high praise, I think.
Yeah, but he is. He's that talented. I would have a lot of difficulty holding him down for a 3 count, I think. I think I've actually went to POW shows to watch him perform because I'm scouting my talent. I'm going to these indie shows that I'm not performing at, and I'm seeing these guys. I handpicked Kazile for this show because I went there and watched him fight JPH, and JPH had a massively hard time against him. And I said, you know what? It was a double DQ match. I said, all right, before I get to Jordan, let me see if I can handle Kazile. And if you saw the match at Steam Hall Brewery, dude, he hit me with a rock bottom. I barely fished out of the ring. My head was wrapped. It was rocked. And then he gets me back in the ring and he hits me with a spine buster and then drops a elbow on me. I swear to God, you got to watch the video. That is a Macho Man worthy elbow.
Yeah, he
that
did.
Dude,
he was Randy Savage there for a minute. He took flight.
He hit me with that. I rolled out. I said, I can't stay in this ring anymore because if he hits me with anything else, I'm done. And I get outside of the ring and I was struggling to catch my breath because I thought he broke ribs on me. And then the crowd started saying, I was dressed as Vegeta. They said, hey, turn Super Saiyan. I said, Super Saiyan? They said, turn Super Saiyan. So they started chanting Super Saiyan. Watch back the video. It's the loudest pop of the night. So that charged me up and I went back there. I put that work on him.
That was a moment. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Joining us now on the show, she has arrived after missing last week due to illness. It is our resident roller derby superstar, the artist now known as Cactus Rack, or you can call her Roxy Rage. You can call her whatever you want. Rachel, how are you?
I am here finally. That's how I am.
That is good. Say hi to our guest, Koa Laxamana. Say hi to introduce yourselves.
Hello, very nice to meet you.
That means I love you. We've learned that tonight. Hawaiian Sign Language.
All right.
We're ready. We're ready.
Spread love. Always spread love.
And you really do. And I found that to be the most interesting part of watching the first couple of shows that I've seen you perform at. Everybody really does very quickly develop love for you and your character and your spirit and what you bring to SCW. Even Red, a grizzled veteran, a bitter cynic, has been affected by Laxamania, we'll call it. Right, Red?
I love that. You better patent that before I do.
I want to know how.
Yeah, I try to patent stuff. I name people, name moves all the time, and then they use them, and nobody. They're like, Renee Van Peebles, in my opinion, has owed me royalties for the Queen of Mean for the last 8 years. I ain't seen nothing. Won't even talk to me half the time it shows, but that's neither here nor there. Red, he said the magic words. Koa said Windy City and Sam DeCero, and there's no person on this show that knows Windy City in Sam DeCero better than C Red because he's a Windy City OG himself. So Red, you must have questions for Koa. I mean, he's gonna eventually fight your boy. And Miles has been on one epic losing streak at SCW. And I think if he comes up against Koa, it's going to continue. What do you got for the Hawaiian Hitman there, C Red? Here we go.
He got the MOB behind him, so. First of all, what's there to say? He came up with Jimmy Blaze. Much respect to all of my peers that came before me in Windy City. If it wasn't for them, wouldn't be any of us. Right. No Marches, no Jazz, no, Red,
no Rion.
I'm nobody.
Information liaison.
I'm nobody.
You are
real
somebody.
Deal.
You're somebody to meet, damn it.
So they laid the ground. To know, it's when you tell people that Windy City is the tree, the young people don't understand that, especially in this area, that because of this one seed that Sam DeCero planted, all these branches came out. It doesn't matter where people went, their roots started in Windy City. hell, look at what happened this past Saturday. Unfortunately, Ivan versus Terry, Ivan's last match, um, it all leads back down one road. So to know that he came through, he started, you said WWA, right? Or WWZ?
WWA, World Wrestling Association.
Okay. Because the twins, I believe, are WWZ. So again, to know he, went there and then did a couple of times with Sam and, um, and then he even said, now the irony is he didn't know who Hunter Payne was. Now, but a lot of people don't know that that's not his original name.
Balbazar.
So no, that's not his original name
That's
either.
what I know him as. I know that's not his.
Most people know him as Baltazar. Before Baltazar, it was Jeff Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs.
That was that. No more.
I'm gonna call him that from now on.
Corporal Jeff Jacobs.
Now entering the ring. Jeff Jacobs.
It was Corporal Jeff Jacobs. See, this is how
Corporal. Oh, this is just, it's writing itself. Commentary is writing itself.
Corporal Jeff Jacobs. Then it was Extreme, and then it became Baltazar.
Let's just put that in the chat right now. let's just go right there. Corporal.
Now, when you die, don't
Yeah,
blame that on us.
There's a reason why no one calls him.
That's right.
Have fun.
I'm just gonna
right.
I just want to get it out there. I'd like to start a thread about what that means. It's just gonna sit there for a while until he reads it, and then there'll be a lot of capital letters.
I just got that messenger too.
Happening in real time. This is live. At least some people that watch this think this is live. You ever notice that? It's weird. Wrestling is weird, right?
Always.
Go ahead, Red.
To know he passed somewhere along the way, he passed Baltazar or Extreme or Jeff Jacobs. I don't know.
Corporal.
He walked past one of them.
Not a private, not a sergeant, a corporal, like Klinger in MASH.
But the thing that he found out is Hunter Payne SCW school is strictly Windy City. And I'm finding that anybody that's ever trained at Windy City that is now training, you're training Windy City style. And I appreciate
I can confirm that because I trained at SCW for about a year before my concussion, and he gave us printouts of the old Windy City like training packet that we had to read about the Windy City pro wrestling style. So he still has it, and it's like early 90s typeface glory.
It's
as any good
magical.
corporal would.
It's magical, and it's not magical because it's Windy City. It's because we believed in fitness. We believed in you've got to look your character, you've got to look your part, and things of that nature. And again, just the way people don't understand. These young kids, they got it good. They go get a pair of wrestling shoes, a pair of gym shoes, and get in the ring, and hey, I'm ready to go. Man, we couldn't touch the ring, for months, even with boots, and until you got basics down, like a lockup. Like, come on now. So to know he passed Baltazar, to know he but then you think about what he did, why he left. The man went to go get a degree, that's commendable, so to go get a degree and start his life journey and then come back, and then say, hey, well, I'm gonna go to PAL, but then to find out he trained Eric, which now Here's the funny part.
Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's the funny part. That's the first one in a few weeks.
So
Cole,
I
you
asked,
didn't bring you up to speed on that. Every time Red says, here's the funny part, you have to drink. It's called the Power Hour drinking game, and it's messed up many a human over the months, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead, Red.
I asked Eric when SCW started running on a regular basis, when he was going to wrestle. And he was like, I'm done, brother. No more. The missus won't let me. The body won't let me. I'm tired, brother. And it was like,
that sounds just like him.
And it was like, okay, well, you know, because he was doing another gimmick, and it was like, but I saw so much more in him. Like, he wanted to wrestle, and it was like, dude, well, why don't you just learn how to? Oh, I know how to wrestle. I just can't do it anymore, brother. Okay, I'll leave it alone then, you know. So to find out that you trained him, it's like, okay, so you created a monster because for the past 2 years, you ain't been able to take him out the ring. It's just like, wow. So I'm really waiting for the both of y'all to tag because I want to see that.
That would be
So
awesome.
we were actually supposed to tag at Steam Hollow, and you know, Hunter Kimmy, you know, I'm still recovering from a knee. I was on crutches for 2 weeks. I couldn't walk, and he's like, hey, it's a tag match, you know, you guys go in there, you do half as much work. And I said, no, man, I already talked to Kyle. I've already posted on I publicly challenged him. He accepted. I got to work this. So, and I was really excited to work with Kyle. And I love Eric. I love Jimmy Blaze. I love Scott Spade. I love it. I love them. We will work together in the future. But my time to work with Kyle was now. So I had to work with him. And we will have time to do that together. I think me coming back has kind of reinvigorated Eric. You know, he's like, all right, I'm going to redefine myself and create this new character. And he's getting out there and wrestling again because I heard some of the same things that he was done. You know, he's like, you know, it's just I don't want to do it anymore. But man, I love that he's doing it. I have so much fun backstage with him there. It's crazy. Like we're in old bodies now, but I still see us as like teenagers. It's fucked up. Like, he goes back there, and I'm always pulling pranks on him and doing the shit that we used to do together, and always talking shit. You know, but that's because that's how we grew up. That's we love each other so much that we can talk shit to each other, and we know never take it serious and just have a good time with it. And yeah, but no, I'm glad he's sticking around because there's a lot more storytelling to be had.
All right, so heading back in the past to the big WrestleTopia event. I mean, we saw everything at that show, body bags, POW invasion. There was all kinds of stuff, but I think the high octane moment of the night was the ladder match for the shot caller title to get a chance to fight for the title anytime, any place, anywhere. And it was a pretty impressive match. Ladder matches are always, you know, a little unusual. There's an element of risk that you can't control. There were several moments where I thought the ladders were going to go places that ladders shouldn't. So the element of risk and danger was real, and you know, bodies are on the line. There's that moment where JPH and Aaron Xavier are fighting back and forth, and the ladders are swaying back and forth. And there were some great photos by Jamie and others, link it as well, taken of the gravity of that match. But I think it would be impossible to talk about that match without the dive. Now, you said you were having trouble with your knee getting up a ladder and then getting thrown off by JPH. If you're in pain climbing a ladder, how the hell did you get up on the roof of the atrium?
I used my upper body. I pulled myself. So I've got a video of me doing, you know what muscle are? They're like a pull up where you pull yourself into a dip.
Right.
and
I
most
mean,
people,
I've seen it. I don't know it personally. I couldn't do it myself.
yeah. So when most people do it, they'll do one or two. Well, I have a video of me doing 18 muscle ups in a row. So when I got to the top of the bleachers, I grabbed the roof and I just did a muscle up. I threw myself up there, limped all the way to the side, yelled out my family's war cry to get everybody's attention, and I went right through that table. So and the reason I did that is because, man, it's like Kyle pulled me out of all 6 of the competitors. He said, I'm gonna mess with you the most. I don't know why. I like the kid, but I guess he just likes beating up on me. So I had to beat up on him a little bit more,
Never trust a vagrant with a fork obsession. That's all I can say about Kazile.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you. I haven't had a chance to thank you because I wanted to save it for your appearance. You gave me a Jim Ross moment. My favorite wrestling moment of all time. I mean, people know I'm old and they say, yeah, it had to be Hogan when he slammed Andre at WrestleMania 2. Or I'm sorry, WrestleMania 3. No. It had to be Shawn Michaels and the ladder match against Razor Ramon. You gonna show it?
Yeah.
Rion's gonna show it.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Are you gonna show it again? Because I saw it's rear.
coming back.
Let's take a look. Here he comes. There's the war cry. He's standing at the top of the atrium, and down he goes, and he kills Kazile. Kazile dead. We'll miss him, and there he goes again. That's him taking Chris Miller out, as we can see. Koa flies wherever
Chris
Koa
Miller.
wants to fly.
Absolutely. I want to help pick a venue out where I can go higher. The highest I've ever jumped was Country Thunder in Wisconsin. World Wrestling Association put a show on there, and we had 15,000 people watching us. So I climbed the scaffolding. You got to find it. I talked to Mike Bonomo and see if I can get this video. I climbed the scaffolding and I put Nick Huffman through a table. So
Now this is where I'm bringing in Cactus Rack, because Cactus Rack knows a venue where there is a very high balcony that humans could jump off of. How do you think that would look, jumping out of the balcony at the HF Auditorium into a ring?
Wait, off the balcony
I'm
into the
worried
ring?
about the logistics of that. You'd have to be able to jump pretty far to get over the railing. So
Gotcha.
it's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Yeah. So
What
the
if-
one thing.
What if we could get you to the top of the scoreboard and you could jump off the
Oh
scoreboard?
my, that's like 25 feet in the air.
I've done
We just
25
need a
feet.
ladder.
I've
Yeah,
done
big
25 feet.
ladder.
There's a wrestling show there this weekend. You can come check it out. Wrestle League.
What am I doing this weekend? I'll have to look at my schedule, but that sounds really interesting. I've made friends with Robert Ego, and I'm going to start working with his company too. He's been with WWE, AEW, and he's promoting shows now. So I promised him I would do a show for him. Let me look at my schedule. I'm working with SCW. I'm going to work with POW now too, and then Robert's company. So I'm pretty much going to get booked every weekend. But I would love to do a spot off that. I've done 25 feet. I've done Mantino Diversitech. I've jumped off their balcony like 6 times. So
Glutton.
I wonder if I could jump off
He
the
has
scoreboard.
a new name now.
the whole
ladies and
thing,
gentlemen.
the easy part about
Hawaiian
jumping off
New
is
Jack.
just make sure you're centered. Make sure you're
Well, I'll
centered.
be wearing roller skates.
Oh shit. I don't know, man. That's crazy because then you can slip on your skates.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Because you fall from that high and you miss your target, you're broken. You're breaking stuff.
Yeah.
All right, for those for Koa who doesn't,
They won't let me do
when you
it.
see Ryan Matthews' face, that's our equivalent of a timeout. So Riyadh, you have timeout. You've got 2 left.
All right. Just so people are keeping score, this man has talked about jumping off of anything and everything.
And he has.
He had a brace on for a couple weeks because of his knee giving out. And to hear him say, wow, that's crazy because of what Cactus is doing is amazing.
Yeah, it's because he's on blades. Blades, you can't balance on blades. So that you're on roller skates, you could slip. Falling.
Oh, I'm not on blades. I'm on quads.
That's
So-
crazy.
That's
Chicago Knockouts Roller Derby. Check us
I don't-
out.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
If
I
you've
grew
never
up
seen
watching-
roller derby before, you
I grew
owe
up
it
watching
yourself to
that.
come to Homewood on October 23rd and check out the knockouts. In fact, next week on this show, it's an all knockout spectaculars. It's Cactus's show. We're just here for the ride. Roller derby women are insane. They are crazy. I got to do commentary. I'm going to get to do it again. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've never seen physicality on. They're going 25 miles an hour easily. It's like a car crash around every. I'm like, damn. I'm watching guys jump off. I'm watching Koa jump off of atriums, but then I'm watching these girls. There was a sunset flip on the concrete floor. I saw video footage of. It's crazy at roller derby.
22nd.
It's 22nd. I thought it was 23rd.
22nd.
Sorry,
22nd.
22nd. Man, I thought Cactus was going to hit me on that one. It's crazy. Go to wrestling because wrestling, you get to meet Shogun Chris Logan and Hot Rod Daddy Andy, and those are the guys. The guys. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. You're wrong.
Hey, Steve, you were talking about you had a Jim Ross moment, but you
Oh,
never
yeah.
said-
Thank you. Sometimes I get a little distracted. Yes. So you gave me a Jim Ross. Don't nod, Red. Stop it. You gave me a Jim Ross moment because, like I said, everybody says, what's your favorite wrestling moment? Easily is when the Undertaker throws Cactus Jack off the top of the cage, crashing through a table. So when you took flight, because we didn't see it right away because we're focused on the ring as Xavier and JPH are beating each other, trying to get the called shot bat. And then all of a sudden, everybody in the facility is not looking at the two men on the tippy ladders going for the prize. Everybody has their back turned and they're looking up. And then all of a sudden, us on commentary, we're looking up and there's this crazy red Jimmy Superfly Snuka. Perfect. Just and all of a sudden I'm back with my wrestlers and my ring and he jumps and they crash and I got to do Jim Ross. My God, he killed him. Hey God, he's dead. So I went full on JR. And after that, we're sitting there and I'm like, my God, I got to live. I was Jim Ross for 8 seconds. It was fantastic. Thank you very much.
I'm glad I can give you that moment. I'm glad I'm going to give you many more of those moments. So we just got to find the right venues to do that.
Yeah.
Well, we like to have those moments. And like I said, that's why wrestling is spectacular because there are very few sports, very few activities that have these moments occur that get stuck in your mind and stay with you forever. So you gave me one. I look forward to many more. So now we're at that moment in the show. We're going to talk about Hallowmania here in a second. C-Red is our most experienced guy. He has been in wrestling the longest, right? He's been in longer than you. Correct?
I think so.
Yeah. And we like to have C-Red give the roses because when someone gives somebody their due, it's somebody that's seen and done everything. And I know Red has roses to give you. So Red, give Koa the roses.
Dude, what is there to say? First of all, he is the Hawaiian New Jack. That's what I'm going to call him.
That's fantastic. I'm writing that down too. Hawaiian New Jack.
I'm just saying, don't put me on music because he gonna come out to New Jack. He coming out to Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. I don't care about none of that because he gonna jump off of something. Clearly, we have figured. If I have not figured anything about this man out, he don't care. So I'm glad I'm not in the ring with you. Thank you. So what is there to say? Again, you started at 17. So that lets me know, again, you followed your. I commend you for everything. And I said it previously. I commend you for everything. Most people don't have a plan. And that's fine. And sometimes we have plans and they don't go our way. And life at times just throws us life. And we try to just go with it as needed. But for you to start and come back to this thing, is commendable. I don't need to ask your age, because you already said you trained Eric, and I know Eric's age. So, and you already made the comment, oh, living in these old bodies. Yeah, understand that too much. So I commend you still for being as physically fit as you are. Every match that I have watched via video, again, I heard about the dive. So I wasn't there because I had contracted COVID, and I was devastated because, like, I was supposed to be there, and like I was supposed to be involved in that match, and I'm geeked up, and then to get the notification Friday night, ding, you're positive. Really? Like, might as well just take me out back and shoot me.
Wow.
Hey, that's how I felt. Because if you understood the spot I was going to do, and I'm geeked for it, and then I can't do the spot. So, you know, it kind of bummed me out. I wasn't diving off of nothing. I'm just telling y'all. So to, like, not even the next morning to hear about this dive.
That's what we're calling it. The dive.
Minutes after it happened, social media had took on a whole new form. And I'm like, I really felt like somebody needs to take me out back and shoot me at that point. Because I'm like, I missed this live. Like, damn.
You know, you're actually kind of lucky, Red. You might have been the one on the table.
Oh, the hell with that. He'd have gone through the table by himself.
Red, we got to tell the secret. You were going to take another table. You're going to take the second table.
Yep.
But because he's the only other one brave enough to take the table. Nobody else want to take no table.
Okay, so let's tell. I was going to take the table. I was going to take it off the top of the ladder.
Take the table.
I am taking the table.
I was wrapping him in barbed wire to hold him down.
I don't know about all of that, but I did tell them that I would take the table off the top of the ladder. So, but only because I've went through tables and I kind of enjoy them. So
it's a bump. Why not?
You know.
Try to go crazy. Who cares?
So yeah, it certainly stopped time in Shabant's for a few minutes because it hit. It was loud, and then suddenly the crowd was stunned silent, and then everybody caught their wits, and then the eruption was enormous. So that's it's one of those holy shit moments, because I believe they started chanting holy shit. I believe that's what happened next. So this past Saturday night at Steam Hollow, Rock and Wrestling SCW Hallowmania. It's the costume show. There were no costume contests this year, no costume battle royal. So I remain the costume battle royal champion. I'll take the second year. So now, much like Roman Reigns, you must acknowledge me. Just kidding. You had a manager. You had a valet. Someone coming to the ring with you, beating the sticks. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend, Kaylee. So we do cosplay at Comic-Con and C2E2. We go with a group and we dress as Dragon Ball Z characters. And so I'm always Vegeta. She's always Bulma. And we got a bunch of friends. Almost all the characters are covered. And so we do that all the time. I've also done DC characters where I'm Aquaman and she's Princess Mira. What else do we do? Harley Quinn and Joker was that was a pretty good one. Well, that was our first date. Our first date 5 years ago was Harley Quinn and Joker at the Forge costume contest. And it was there were bands there and we ended up winning. So we had a pretty good first date. I love dressing up. You know, Jojo Seisan does a lot of charitable events where he dresses as Batman or Superman and stuff like that. He actually asked me to come out, so I'm going to do that. It's a really awesome cause. We show up at the children's wing of hospitals and cheer the kids up. So that's something I'm looking forward to doing. I did that before with him. It's kind of funny because he was like, "Why don't you come as Johnny Bravo?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm like Brown." I'm Hawaiian, like Johnny Bravo. Oh yeah, the Hawaiian version. Ain't nobody gonna know who I was. Oh no, they will. Trust me. So I show up. I get my tight black T-shirt, got jeans on. They don't know. These kids were like, "Who the hell is this stupid ass?"
Nice.
Johnny Bravo. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
I
very
think
specific memory from people from the late 90s,
Yes.
early 2000s.
Yeah. I got some brain cells that still work. A couple of them. So
That is amazing. So at Hallowmania, you fought Kazile, and it did not end so great. Talk a little bit now. Now you're singing the praises of Jimmy Blaze and a Scott Spade, but right now SCW is having issues as the war rages on, and now the war rolls into Wrestle Rage, which is WrestleMania essentially for Power Entertainment. Talk a little bit about how your match ended and where you go from here.
I have 5-star frog splashed his ass for the 1, 2, 3. I got another win.
Got another win, and now
That's
you got
like my
that memento.
270 somethingth win. So
That
yeah, I
is-
ended exactly the way I wanted. Now here's the thing. So I've already told Hunter and I told Jimmy. I said, love you guys both. I'm representing SCW, and Jimmy Blaze, you're my boy, and I'm gonna work with your company too. I said, I am gray. I am right down the freaking middle. You asked me to go. You're gonna call a hit on somebody. This hitman ain't for hire. I'm not gonna go over there and take out Jimmy's knees. No way. I'm not gonna do it. But if you put together a match that makes sense to me, that I can say, hey, listen, grandkids, come over here. Come watch your grandpa wrestle. And look at what I did with Jimmy Blaze. Look what I did with JPH. If that match makes sense to me, that I think I can create a highlight reel out of, I'm down for it. But the SCW, Power War, I want nothing to do with it. I love them both. It's all about this. You guys you don't even know why they're bickering. Why don't we just put the dang two companies together and sell out a 5,000 person arena? Like, why you gotta bicker so much? It's crazy to me. So
well, you got body bags and you got mistresses with kendo sticks.
Have you ever been in a body bag match?
No, not me personally.
Me either. But I heard this. You go in that body bag, you zip it up, you can't breathe.
Yeah, it didn't
Why
look like
would I
Jimmy
do
was having
that?
a good time.
I'm trying to wrestle. I ain't trying to die. I'll break my legs.
That's
I'll break
fair.
my.
Although,
That's fine.
some people have said that body bag might be introduced to me on October 30th, but that's a
Steve,
whole other story for a whole other time.
I'm out. I got your back. I already told you. Make a list. Anybody who costs you, you make a list. I'm going to come after them. I am your hitman for hire.
Tell Stone he better watch out.
I mean,
I'm
you got two now because I am also your hitman for hire. So
Oh, we got a lot of people coming to stand for me, which is great.
They try to run from us and escape to the women's restroom. She got him.
I got him.
That sounds like
No
Stone.
problem.
That sounds like Stone on many levels.
You're going to give him a swirly.
How does that? You be like a mop. I mean, I don't know how you swirly that.
A swirly is when you
Because
duck
of
their
his
head
head.
when
Because it looks
someone
kinda
took a
like a
shit
mop.
and you flush it. That's a swirly.
We'll let
No
Hot
more-
Rod take a shit before we.
I'll tell you what.
Get back on track.
He was talking. Ko was right. Kazile hit a mighty dandy high elbow off the top rope.
Ooh,
that
I
rang
still
the
feel it.
bell. Young Cactus Rack here, her main squeeze, Hot Rod Daddy Andy, hit quite the macho elbow of his own this past Sunday. How about that?
He hit that
This
under
Sunday?
the
No, he
bedroom?
didn't.
Oh, no, it was at Rocket, right?
The Sunday before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was at Rocket.
Yeah, I need the new flux capacitor. Mine is fluxing way too slowly. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm old, so I get to have that excuse. Yes, I understand. We're up against the clock. You had said earlier, Koa, that you're not looking to go to a next level. What is your end game here? What you're back at wrestling. You're as popular as you've ever been. Your following is growing. You're going to work at different places. You're going to go to POW. You may end up at Wrestle League for all we know. You're going to work with Ego, which that's a great place to be. Are you just looking to dominate the indies? You have no desire to go to the next level? Talk a little bit, because you're talented. You could do anything, I imagine.
I love this, and as long as I'm having fun and I can still perform, I think that I'm going to keep doing it. And I think I proved that to myself because just a couple of weeks after blowing my knee out against Cobra, I put my braces on and I said my prayers and I said, let's go out there and let's go make some magic. And I was able to do it. Did it hurt? Were there consequences? Absolutely. I didn't walk fine for like 3 more days. But right now, all I have is a little copper fit on. I'm able to move. I can't run yet. So running the ring ropes is like impossible for me. But I'm getting better. And as long as I'm getting better every day, I'm doing the rehab that I need to do. I'm going to keep doing this. You haven't seen me at 100% because when I first came back against VIP, I had just got to practice like for maybe 2-3 practices. And I said, you know what, let's just see what happens. Put me in against somebody. And I destroyed them, smashed them. I smashed them so hard.
That's true. You smashed VIP so hard that he decided I better train with him.
Damn right. That's exactly. He comes to my gym every morning. He trains with me. I helped him get certified as a personal trainer. I love the kid. I love him. He's lost 30 pounds already. He's really getting a lot better.
Are you a personal trainer?
That's what I've been a trainer since 18 years old, and now I own health clubs. Yep.
I need your info.
Yeah. If you look at some of my stuff too, I also won my pro status as a bodybuilder in 2007, and my highest placing in the world, I got 4th at the Mr. Universe contest 2 years ago. I was about to compete again this year in December 3rd, but having this knee injury has made it really tough to do cardio. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to focus on.
I have a very strong affinity to personal trainers because I am of the opinion that the personal trainer that I use has saved my life repeatedly. And she has made a very profound difference in not only the way I eat, the way I look at food, the way I train, the way I work. And she's made my life a lot easier to live because I can get around a lot better than I used to. I'm a long way from being done, but people say, well, what do you need a personal trainer for? You go to the gym and you exercise. Well, sometimes you need someone not only to hold you a little bit accountable, but you also need someone to put you in the right positions to succeed. Now you can go to the gym, you can go to Planet Fitness, and you can go to any mainstream gym and you can, ride an exercise bike and you can lift weight and you can do it all. But if you have a specific goal in mind, having somebody that knows what the hell they're doing and can understand what you want and what you need and motivate you in the right way to do it is worth the price of admission and then some. I always said to myself, I don't need a personal trainer. I can do this myself. I was dead wrong. And, she has made me appreciate things that I never thought I'd appreciate. So when it comes to personal trainers, it is a thing that can be so incredibly beneficial if you open yourself up and you follow the rules to what they say. How many clients would you say you have, Koa, that train with you regularly?
I have right now 36 clients, but it sounds like a lot, but it's, so example, my last client today was from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock, and I trained 4 people. So I train them all at one time. So what I do is every time someone comes in, I start the clock. So I set an app on my phone that starts their timer. And then when they said, okay, I'm tapping out, I can't have any more, I stop the clock. And that's what they owe me for the day. And by doing it this way, I've been able to affect more lives while still trying to maintain my gym as well as start my 3rd gym. So, and here's something that I like to help put why we need trainers into perspective. Want for most of the listeners to think about when they were the best shape of their life. For most people, it was when their high school days. And you maybe played a sport, or you were in a group, or you were in something that kept you physically active. You were engaged with a team of people that you had one goal, and you said, I'm going to get to this goal, and I'm going to have a coach to lead me there, and that coach is going to take us there, hold us accountable. After high school, we lose those coaches. And so I'm just the next coach of people's lives. So a lot of my clients have been with me over a decade. Some of them are brand new, and I don't see them going anywhere, but sometimes things happen in life where people get off the track. And that's where my job is to hold them accountable and just give them a motivational little something that said, hey, send them their before and after pictures. You remember these days we had a lot of fun together. You told me at that time, this is the best you ever felt. Why don't we get back to that? And that's how I pull them back in. All I sell is accountability. The results come from your work, not mine.
That is a way to live your life. if you don't do the work, nothing will happen for you. So you better get started because, you know, the sands, they keep a running on a daily basis. And if you don't make the best of what you got, you're not going to have much of it left. And, you know, that is something I have learned over the last couple of years, which is why I'm so damn busy on the weekends, at least for now anyway. What's next? So are you going to POW? Are I mean, when is the next time we can see Cole Laxamana?
Man, I had a date
November
set
SCW?
Yeah, I had a date set for November 12th, but for my birthday, I bought myself and some of my clients, we're all going as a group. We bought the front row for Cat Williams show. I think Cat Williams is a comical genius.
Wow.
And so I had told Jimmy, I said, hey, listen, I'll work that show. That's fine, man. Put in any show you want me on. But I had to tell him that, listen, I got these tickets and I literally tried to sell just me and Kaylee's tickets, and that's it. And it wouldn't let me sell them. So I'm trying to see if I can move it around and so that I can still attend the event, but I will be in the Battle Royal at Wrestle Rage.
Oh, so you are going to make your way to POW Entertainment in Lombard at the Brow House.
Yeah.
They're going to do their Wrestle Rage. You never know who from SCW is going to show up at that one. You know, I'm at Rocket Pro that night, so it's not likely that I'm going to make it, but you just never know. You just never know. And Koa is frozen.
Yeah.
Koa, can you hear us? I think you are froze.
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys something. I'm really. Oh, is it? Am I too far out? Shoot, I was
Nope,
trying to show you guys
I got you.
something I'm
You're
really
back live
passionate
again.
about. Can you hear
Are
me
you
now?
taking us to that sick Corvette?
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I was going to show you the new upgrades I made on. I'm going to the Grand National Championships. It's every national title winner this year's invited to the Grand National Championships, and I wanted to show you guys what this thing looks
I would
like.
like to think that the Power Hour people would love to see this vet. I saw a little bit of it on social media today. That's a bad bitch right there. That's a bad bitch.
Yeah, so I
Come
got
on,
it.
Red,
fully
look at that
lit up.
car. Red's drooling a little bit. Red's got that old man drool. I want that
I'm
car.
pretty sure Hot Rod is gonna want to take pictures with that car.
That is a bad.
Wait till he turns off the lights and lights it up. That's the money.
You want me to turn the lights on?
I
Well, let me
want the
call
light.
Andrew in. Andrew, come here.
Oh.
He's got Back to the Future doors on that car.
Yeah, Lambo doors.
And he's got, look at that. He's got kit. That's like Knight Rider shit is what that is.
Wild.
Look at all that.
Goddamn Transformers.
That's a Transformer. That's right. And
Yeah,
it's
so
not over yet. There's lights everywhere.
Yeah,
Look
even
at
on
the
the.
back.
Yeah.
And then here's what everybody gets a kick out of. Let me see if I can find the keys here. All right, I want you to watch the license plates. Can you see the license plates?
I can. It says Transformer.
What car?
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought
I'm looking at Andy in real time while this is happening. What is going on here?
Now,
Yeah,
if Red
Chris
was
and
reading that, he'd say, "Shit."
It tells people that say shh.
Yeah.
I'm telling everyone.
That is
I flipped
that is
over
Pimp
whenever I
My
go racing.
Ride extraordinaire is what that is.
Man, you could drive that and never get a
You
ticket.
can say.
I
You could drive that, nobody would ever catch you. Look, there's a small facsimile of it.
do cardio here every night. I got the treadmill and this is the one for my knee that helps me rehab my knee. New stepper. So
Nothing like having your cardio equipment next to your Corvette that's actually a
yeah, I
Transformer.
got all my stuff here. So yeah.
You might be the coolest guest we've ever had. I mean, certainly you have the coolest car. Although Shogun's got a Corvette, but I don't know if it's a Transformer. It might be though. Maybe that's part of the Corvette thing. I don't know. I don't have one.
Other thing is that I love our country. Haley got me this for my birthday. You see this?
Oh, look at that, huh?
I like that.
All American.
Yeah. And then this was a character I dressed up as at Russell
That
or
was dressed up at the last show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I know that guy. So not only is Koa an amazing wrestler, he's also one hell of a tour guide here as we're getting a tour of his what's the word?
Humble abode.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I was gonna say Villa.
this is
Villa
the
de Laxamana.
Steve Arnett version of Cribs.
Oh, there's not even an R in the name, but that's all right.
Fine.
We're fine. Koa, any final thoughts for our Power Hour fans? Because we're our hour is out and we've got things to do, and I don't want to hold you up. You've been fantastic.
2 minutes.
We have 2 minutes, but see, I'm coming in at the right time, so don't hate on me in the time
I'm
frames.
not hating. I'm saying you have 2 minutes.
Give our listeners some final advice. Tell them about your name and what it means, because I find that fascinating.
All right, so I'm using my real last name is Robbins, and that's my dad's last name. He's Irish, English, Scottish, and then my mom is a full-blood Hawaiian, and her last name is Laxamana. And Laxa means rich, and then Mana means spirit. So rich in spirit is her last name. Now, Koa is a name that I was called since I was a little kid. Koa means warrior, because I was like a stocky ass little kid. I had muscles popping all over me. So it's like I was meant to be built since birth. They've got pictures of me on the beach in Hawaii where I'm standing there looking like I'm ready to murder people. And my mom said, "Oh no, son, you were just hungry. You were just hungry. You haven't eaten. That's why you're so mad." I said, "Yeah."
Oh, a little hunger goes a long way, apparently.
The origin
So
of hangry.
he is a warrior that is rich in spirit, and you can catch Koa at Southland Championship Wrestling in November, and you can catch him in the Battle Royal at Pow's Wrestle Rage coming up here in November. Koa, you have had a profound impact on Southland Championship Wrestling in so many good ways. Having been there a year myself, the changes you have brought have been very impressive. And I know the entire locker room is glad to have you on board. And, you keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're doing great things for that company. And I'm sure you'll do great things for any place that you work. You're a good dude. And we are very thankful that you took time out of your schedule to be on this program tonight.
And that is why I will always have your back. Right there.
That is rich in spirit right there, my friend. We are good. Ladies and gentlemen, Koa Laxamana, he's a warrior, he's rich in spirit, and he flies like a goddamn eagle. Koa, thank you so much. We will see you next time. On behalf of The Real Deal, Cactus Rack, and the Urban Sensation, I'm Steve. Thanks for watching part 1 of the Power Hour tonight. We'll see you down the road, kids. And remember, that's the love, baby. Thanks, Koa. We'll catch you down the road.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Count it down. Count it. If we got 15, count it
I'm
down.
not counting nothing.
No, he's not counting nothing.
I'm not
We'll
counting
see you
nothing.
next week, folks. Take care.
There it is. It's right there. It's at 5, 4, there it
3.
is.
Go ahead. That.
No,
When?
no,
Are you gonna? Is there an alarm?
No, it might be. You don't know. You don't know.
Hey, there's an alarm. We made it. We made it. Because we are all rich in spirit. Good night, everybody.
Because Rian has great time management skills.
That is fair.